And that's going to be our intro. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Podcast Eventually, where we fart our names.
And
I hope you know that's actually going in as the intro.
that sounds close enough to my name, so
It
it's fine.
sounds close enough to our personalities, because we're shit. Oh, that was a good
Yes.
transition. I like that.
Ooh.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself. I usually pat myself on the back. It's finally here. Wait, hold on. Before I jump the gun, I have to apologize to the people. Me, the Thepsychonut, moi, yo, ew, I don't know. Last weekend, which was, what, the 28th, 29th? Both those days? This podcast didn't show up because I had a weekend where I was like, hey, I'm going to plan shit out and it's going to be great. And I'm going to record, I'm going to hit up Taco, and we're going to have sex with each other and it's going to be great. And none of that happened because life hated me. It was like, oh, I'm sorry, you got plans? Here. And just smacked me. So it's all my fault. Yeah, I take blame for that one. So I apologize to you viewers. I apologize to you, Taco.
You better.
I know.
I was all lonely over here, waiting and waiting.
I know, I felt really bad for you because, like, Saturday you were like, yo, we're recording, and I'm like, I can't, shit's going down. And you're like, oh, okay, I understand. And then, like, Sunday you were like, so are we, like, recording or what? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't. And you're like, you motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
I just imagine you waiting by Skype, just like, in the arms of the angel. Just,
I
like,
just
waiting for
sat
the
like
call.
all day watching my friends list. Just hoping.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that just the way you said friends list just hit. Anyways, the main point is we finally reached this point, Taco. We both finished Fallout 4, and we finally get to talk about it and end it and never talk about it again.
Oh god, I'm so sick of it.
I am.
Everyone.
I really am sick of it, and I think I saw an article on Facebook where it was like, finally we can stop talking about Fallout 4. And I'm like, I agree. Even though the last 2 episodes, that's all we've been talking about.
So we won't linger too much into it today.
No, yeah, let's just do it really quick, because essentially we already said everything else that needs to be said. Even when I was like replaying it a little bit or like still fucking around, the only thing I have to add is the fact that exploration-wise, it's fun. Okay, you run around, you discover new things, different vaults, whatever. It's not a lot of meat on the bones. Like, you'll find something and it's cool, but it's not 100% complete kind of thing. Like, I feel like it leaves you wanting more because you didn't have enough. And that's all I have to say about that. But the ending, what did you and by the way, if you didn't finish Fallout 4 by this point, just skip ahead in the video where you see the background change. Because I'm too lazy to like add in a little notification. Just when you see the Splinter Cell thing, because that's what we're going to be talking about next, then hop on that. But what did you think of the ending?
It was okay. So I decided to finally go with the Institute, much like yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it just grew on me. Plus, it being my son, and having a chance to be in charge of it. Definitely of like the most advanced, faction, seemed very appealing to me. So I went with them, and yeah, I just finished it off. And now, pretty much, when you go with them, you destroy the couple of the other factions, and then you'll start seeing synths all over. And in a way, it's not too bad because as I was just like free roaming after completion, and I was helping out some of my settlements, like they were complaining, oh, these raiders are gonna attack us, blah blah. I started heading towards the raiders, and bam, the synths from the Institute are already like killing him, just slaughtering the raiders, and I'm like, wow, like they're literally everywhere. They're just taking care of everything. So I mean, okay. And plus I'm in charge of them, so I mean, can't even beat that. So I think it's cool that also this game allows you to free play after the end.
Oh yeah.
That's a positive thing in my book.
Absolutely. I also forgot to turn on the timer to see how long we record.
Oh boy.
But no, yeah, totally agree. It's one thing that all Fallout 3 and New Vegas lacked, if I remember correctly. Every time you beat the game, it just kind of like, oh, you beat the game, now start it again because you're done. There's nothing. Get out of here. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like you said, I went with the Institute. I know no one will believe me. Some people will, whatever. Uh, it was really easy to see the twist about your son because you wake up, Kellogg's, he steals the sun. Yeah, like screws off, and then you go back to like nighty night, and then when you wake up, I'm sitting there going like, but how much time did it really pass? And they try to mask that when you ask Codsworth the first time, and he goes like, oh, I think I saw like a bunch of people leaving like a week ago or whatever. About a week ago. Sorry. And I'm like, yeah, but that could be anyone though. And sure as crap, I was right. It's been like 60 years. Your son's old as garbage, and and he's like an asshole when you meet him, which is fine, only because like it would have been stupid if he was like, "Daddy," like what the, like you never met me technically, like you don't even know who I am. And it was cool. His reasoning for not teleporting you immediately was like, "Oh, I want to know what kind of man you are. Would you be corrupted by the Commonwealth, or would you even still look for me? Like, would you give up? Would you just marry Piper and give her the duh all the day, all the day, all the day?"
That was me pretty much.
That was all of us.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. Kellogg's memories was sweet. Going back and like seeing his little shitty life, it kind of made me feel for him though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see him as a bad guy. I just saw him as a guy who had to. He went through shit his entire life. Learned that he was good at killing or whatever, even though he wasn't bad at the core. It's just how he was raised. So he just kind of went about his life, did everything, and then there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I meet Sean. He was like, "Yo, Dad, you should join me." And I'm like, "What do you stand for?" And he's like, better humanity and using technology to like advance us." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool, got it." And he's like, "I'm gonna need you to kill some people." And I'm like, "No, yeah, you got it." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "'Cause you're my son. I believe in you." And then I just did it, yeah. But like, Brotherhood of Steel's always been an asshole since like Fallout 3. Again, if you chose if you chose Brotherhood of Steel, good for you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying,
that
like,
airship is pretty.
Yeah, no, it's bomb as hell. Are you kidding me? When you walk out and there's like coming in and they're like, "Oh, attention Commonwealth, we're not here to kill you," even though technically that's what we're here for. But I don't know, they just screamed war too much for me. Like they were just like, war. It's like Metal Gear, the Phantom Pain. It's like the Brotherhood of Steel was Miller. He was just like, revenge. Like, that's how I saw it. It's just like them wanting to kill and fight everyone.
Yeah.
No, but they were sweet though. They had some cool ass things. I know that if you join them at the end of the game, you get a jetpack, so you can like fly around and shit. Yeah, you're
playing that.
that's the thing that makes you replay it. Yeah, your like suit of armor gets a jetpack, so you can like fly for like 5 seconds or something like that.
I'm on PC. I'll make my like agility and like endurance like 999, and I'll just like press spacebar. I'll fly across the map.
Mm-hmm. Even though you can do that without, like, you just enter the cheat command, whatever, the console command. But no, like, it was weak to me. The ending, the story was very not there. I mean, it's essentially number 3 but backwards. And then when you get there, the twists aren't that like
shocking.
Yeah, and like we all knew we had to kill the other factions no matter which faction you joined. The factions seemed kind of. God, I'm gonna get a lot of hate. It felt like they were just slapped on. Like you had the people that wanted to free the synths because they're like people. No, they're synths. You're stupid and ignorant and shut up. And then you had the Brotherhood of Steel who was like, kill! And then you had the Institute who were like, oh, we're smarter than everyone. We can fix everything. And it's like, you're all just
assholes.
You're all like just fucking thin-ass, shallow, evil villains. Like, you really don't have any weight to you.
Yeah.
And like, there was no decision, like a major one, I don't know. I wanted that. But, I don't know. It was kind of anticlimactic for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was cool for what it was. But I was really disappointed to figure out that it had a Mass Effect 3 ending. To where you get the same exact fucking cutscene at the end. But just different dialogue. And then that's it. And then I went back to like New Vegas just to refresh myself, and like the ending was just like, oh, remember these companions? Well, they fucking died because you didn't help them. Remember these companions? They impregnated each other and burned each other. And it's like, what the fuck? Your dog died of chlamydia. I'm like, what? Like, all these horrible things happen because you didn't do anything. And I'm like, oh, I feel like an asshole. But in this one, it's like, hey, war never changes. I joined my son / brother to steal / the freedom people, and yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Fallout 4. Woo. I
Oh
mean,
man.
that's kind of essentially all I have to add for it, to be honest. I
Yeah.
don't. We talked about the settlements, so we already got that out of the way.
I think we pretty much covered everything. Everyone's like, okay, guys,
Mhm.
move on.
Yeah, no. So like, if you have nothing else to add, like, do
Yeah,
you?
I think I'm set. I mean, now I'm just like, now I'm just screwing around because I'm on PC. I'm gonna get some mods probably,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just do the most ridiculous like things there.
Mhm.
Probably go around with a mini nuke launcher with unlimited ammo, no reload, so it just shoots like a machine gun, and just have a blast there. We'll see.
Get it, blast the mini nuke. Ah,
Uh,
ah, genius. Pun master extreme.
oh
Um,
man.
but yeah, the next game that we're gonna talk about that is another near and dear to our heart. That should be a segment, near and dear to our heart.
Every week.
Every week, exactly. Splinter
one.
Cell,
Ooh.
right? Yeah.
I like that series.
I am familiar
good.
with the Sams of the Splinter
Uh,
Cells. There's there's so many jokes we need to explain. Like, that entire game franchise became a fucking running gag with us. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's bad fucking voice, like, I don't know.
it's
Voice attempt of the characters.
it's amazing. Okay, so first, how many of the games did you play? Out
So I
of the franchise?
played the original, I played Pandora Tomorrow, I played Chaos Theory, I skipped over Double Agent, I think I tried it, just I didn't really like it. And then I did do Conviction, and that's where I stopped. How about you?
Okay, myself included, and I, which is the same thing.
Oh.
I just try to sound smart. I
Eh.
I did Pandora Tomorrow, but I only did a few missions, if I'm being honest. It's not that I didn't like it, it's I didn't own it. So I was playing it at someone else's house, and I liked it for what it was at the time. And I was like, that's really cool, but I was more of a Metal Gear. But I remember I got Chaos Theory, which in my opinion is one of the greatest and the greatest,
Mhm.
because it's just amazing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I got that one. I played that one. I beat it. It's awesome. Like, I can still hear the soundtracks in my head, especially when you're like picking the missions and shit. It's like, Sam, this is what you need to learn. These guys from the station, blah, blah. It's awesome. Conviction showed up. A lot of people hated Conviction. I thought it was great. I loved it. I liked the Bourne-esque of it, because it was like
Mhm.
Jason Bourne-ish, which is really cool. And then I did the new one, Blacklist. I didn't
Yeah.
finish it. I didn't finish it because it was really trying to do the Bourne thing, and it kind of didn't work because they already did it once. But I did do a fairly good try. I think I was at the end, and I just kind of stopped because the whole
That
it's-
game.
that
Yeah, no, I personally refuse to play that game just because of them replacing Michael Ironside. I mean, like, I would have forgiven it if they said, like, look, Sam Fisher's old. Let's say he's, running third echelon. Let's say it's a new recruit, or Sam's, not that he has a son, but like, or just the next generation Splinter Cell to be, and then like be taught by, and like sort of led by Sam. And I was like, that could work. But no, they decided to keep Sam Fisher, but have a new voice actor for him. And after you play all the way from the start, all the way to Conviction, it just doesn't work. Like, I can't look at the game and hear this different voice actor and be like, yeah, that's Sam. It's just it. Michael Ironside is just such an like epic voice actor. His voice is so unique, and it's just like it ingrains itself in your head as like whatever character he puts himself in. And I just couldn't do it. Just that one thing alone. Yes, you can say I'm shallow, and I probably am for this, but it's more than enough to just keep me away from it.
he, much like David Hayter, who was the voice of Solid Snake and Big Boss before the new one, they both became the character. They were iconic. Their voices you could pick out from a crowd of people. Like you could never get them confused. So they became that character. Like they were Sam and Snake. But like you said, when I played Blacklist, right, I'm sitting there going, what if the story's good, right? Like that could somewhat excuse it for me. And I still remember too, like I got a midnight release, ran downstairs, yeah, right, ran downstairs, put it in the PS3, booted it up, started playing. First cutscene starts, and there's two guys sitting next to a helicopter talking, and I'm sitting there going, all right, so who are these guys? And then it goes like, all right, Sam, and I'm sitting there going, wait, that's Sam? Like his voice did not even click in my head that was Sam. It was so yoga instructor guy. And it's like, what? It's terrible when you can't even tell your main character from a side character that you thought was gonna die in the first 5 seconds. Like that's what I thought he was.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand is that if you listen to the interview with Michael Ironside when he did Conviction, he's sitting there and he's like you said, he's an amazing actor because he literally goes like, okay, so Sam's been doing this for like years now, right? He's old. You see the gray in his hair. He's retired. Blah blah blah. He's pissed off that his daughter's dead and his war medals were touched, and like he goes like, I had to get deep down inside the character and say how would I see this as a father, as like a person who just wants revenge and blah blah blah, and he got really deep into the character. And then they're like, oh, let's make him slimmer, more agile than fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, and then full white hair almost, and then just young guy voice, go. And their excuse was fucking terrible. They were like, well, we wanted the main actor, the voice actor, to be in the mocap suit, which a lot of games are doing now, which is good, right? That's awesome. Like all the Uncharted series are like that. They're all acted out, and so is The Last of Us, and it's amazing and blah blah. And the character, like actors, bring in so much. But I'm like, yeah, Mike Ironside is old as shit. Like he's not in shape. Like he fucking did his due. He's done. Like he fucking lived his life.
Yeah.
But he can still voice that. He can still be Sam. Put the other guy in the mocap suit, or like you said, bringing someone new. Like replace Grim and have like Sam do all that, or at least he's the higher up, right? And you really had to call him when he was stuck in, didn't know what to do. He had to call in Sam, and then your favorite character would be like, no, you have to get up because my daughter. Like I don't know, give you some fucking thing, and you're like, you're right, Sam, I can do this. But no, they're like,
or like a radio transmission or something, it would be like, oh, we gotta call in from Echelon HQ, and then it would be like, his head or something, and be like,
yeah,
it'd be like Metal Gear almost, but like you don't see Sam jumping around through the air and doing flips, but like you see his face, you hear his voice, like okay, that would be
like
fun.
literally, it's. Like, imagine how cool it would be if he was your support character. If he was the guy that you called, or he called whenever you were in a sticky situation and it looked like you couldn't do anything and you were fucked. And he's like, yeah, back in my day, I could have done this already. I would have been out of here. So why don't you get off your ass and do it and blah, blah, blah. And he would motivate you and you're like, fuck yeah, Sam, I could do this. Like, that would be so cool. Some people would be mad because it's not the Splinter Cell series anymore, but like, it would be a whole lot better than just, hey, Sam's old but he's young as shit. Like what?
Yeah.
What? What? I would accept his daughter. Spoiler, she's alive. I would expect his daughter to like take over the frickin' mantle and be like, put on the cardigan, and he's like, okay, now I'm the Sam. I would be okay with that.
I'd be very happy, skin tight, like water suit, fucking doing like flips, kicking ass. I mean,
She would be the Lara Croft that is sneaking.
That is awesome.
Like, imagine.
Like that.
Right, but it's like, it's Sam's descendants. It only makes sense. Like, this girl was kidnapped half her life. In Conviction, he teaches her how to hide in the night, for God's sakes. He literally goes like, when the lights are off, they can't see you. And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're teaching how to murder people to, like, your 3-year-old daughter. Like, he's got this. He knows how to father. But no, instead just make her the girl that is damsel in distress. And I'm like, really? Just give her a gun. Make her a badass. Don't make her hate her father, because that's overdone. And then he just like coaches her through this, and then, in the next 2 games, Michael Ironside leaves. Like, he's out of the series, but at least we have 2 games for him to be like, okay, I'm out. Okay? Love
Yeah.
you guys. Mwah. Be safe. And we're like, I'll miss you, Sam, but we got your daughter, so we're good. Like, it'd be fine. But no. It's fucking...
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I put in more than 100 hours in that game in Blacklist.
Whoa.
Online. I played a crap ton of online. Ubisoft. For fuck's sakes. Fix your servers. God damn.
For fuck's sakes, get rid of Uplay.
Oh, please get rid of Uplay. It has no reason to exist. None whatsoever.
Piss us off, maybe. I mean,
That's what
their
it's there
plan. It
for,
works.
honestly.
It's working.
I like one thing that they have. Just one thing. And that's like you play a game on Uplay, and as like you just do small stupid things that you would do, like, oh, you discovered half the fucking map. It just gives you like random points, and with those points you can get like free shit that should already be free. But I don't know, it's a gimmick to keep you playing the game, which fine, fuck it, whatever. Like, that's the only good thing that I don't mind about it. The
Yeah.
rest is just atrocious. It takes forever to like load up. Then when you use it, I bought a game on Steam, and I had to open it in Uplay, and then as soon as Uplay was open, Steam could run it. The fuck do I need 2 of you for? I already bought it on Steam. Do I need the okay from Uplay?
It's gonna be the next, like, what is it, GameSpy? It's just gonna be the next shit of that.
Oh god, didn't the original Splinter Cell even have GameSpy in it? Like,
Probably.
I think that's how, oh my god, what is it?
Chaos Theory, I think?
Yeah, Chaos Theory, yep. That's the one that had... That's the one that had it. Because I remember last time me and you were trying to play it, I was like, wait, I had an account? Oh my god.
And Games for Windows Live is also shit. I don't know why these companies are trying to, like...
Mimic Steam,
Yeah, just...
essentially.
Steam works... I mean, of course they want to get a bigger cut of what they sell, but, like, goddamn, like...
But at least make it
pisses
right.
us off.
You ain't Gabe Newell. You can't do it. So just give Gabe Newell his fucking money and then you shut up.
I need my money back for Resident Evil 5. I can't even play that game because of fucking Games for Windows Live. It just... Errors. Oh, crash. It's like... And all of it is that fault. Like, come on. Why? Just
I know.
keep... whatever.
I believe me, I know. Dark Souls 1, Prepare to Die edition on Steam used Windows Live, Windows for Live or whatever. And I remember I finally got that to work. And lo and behold, they decided to take it down after like 3 months of me trying to get it to work.
I almost bought that game. Thank you for giving me a heads up, because...
Well, no, they took it away. Like, now it works without it. It works full Steam. It even transferred all the trophies in there, and it's fine. But it's super stupid because, like, when I originally bought it, it goes like, oh, you need Windows for Live, Windows for Games for Live, whatever the fuck. Microsoft's bullshit. And I was like, no thanks. And they're like, well, you can't save. Excuse me?
What?
So essentially, I had to beat Dark Souls in one go, and then every time I wanted to play it again, I would have to restart all the time. And I'm a Souls fan. Like, I love Dark Souls 1. It's one of my favorite games, but the fuck do you mean I can't save? Like, what?
Wow.
Plus, you couldn't go online. You couldn't do anything, so it was just... It was essentially a full playthrough of a demo that is the full game, but it's a demo. That's essentially what I got for like 3 months. But they fixed it with that, so Uplay needs to get the fuck out, but it'll never leave. It'll never die. And that's the thing that annoys me.
Yeah.
I made a Uplay account on my PS3 years ago. I think when frickin' Assassin's Creed 3 came out. My friend let me borrow it. Made an account so I can play Assassin's Creed, because it was stupid. Forgot about the account. Went back, played all the Assassin's Creed, and at number 4 it goes like, oh, your Uplay account's still active, the one that I don't remember anything about, like at all. And it goes like, yeah, now you get all these rewards because you played our games, which is cool, but just, I don't care for that though. I mean, I'm willing to sacrifice costumes. Just get rid of you.
I'd rather have a game that fucking works, because I like I want to play Resident Evil. I want to relive like the fun I had. I want to play with all those guns I unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
No, Windows.
Instead that was Uplay, but like
I know, essentially it's still the same thing though. It's freaking annoying. What was it, like Mass Effect 3? I had to buy it on Origin, which is another atrocious thing thanks to EA. That fucking
It's not as
lags.
bad as the other two. I haven't had issues with that, to be
No,
honest.
but it's still very fucking annoying.
Just have it on Steam, please.
They won't.
But
Sorry.
it's EA.
I. EA. Okay, back on track though.
Yeah.
Splinter
Gotcha.
Cell. Great franchise. Too bad it's ruined.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, have you noticed that? Have you noticed how, like, okay, you weren't a fan of Assassin's Creed. It was great. It's ruined now. Metal Gear. Great franchise. Ruined now. Splinter Cell. Great franchise. Ruined now. And I'm sure there's many others that I'm, like, not thinking of, but why? Battlefront. Ruined. Battlefield. Ruined. Call of Duty. Ruined.
Our Call of Duty went to hell. Oh my god.
And it never came back.
Like honestly, the last playable one there was to me, like I actually sometimes like, campaigns, and then I, after
Yeah.
like a day after beating it, I like to go into multiplayer.
Mhm.
And honestly, like Call of Duty, like let's say, I think Black Ops came out before Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3,
Yes.
and but yeah, that Black Ops one was good. I mean, it was like what, Vietnam-ish era, Cold
Yeah.
War. I don't know, somewhere. I think I had Nazi. I don't even really remember it. And then the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the single player was good, but the multiplayer already started becoming just pure like ADD filled like mayhem, because oh my god, like it was like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, for example, their multiplayer maps had a lot of open areas. You can snipe, you can take your time, like really kind of move around a little
Level
bit.
design.
Yeah,
Flat
and
out level design.
Modern Warfare 3 was literally just pure CQB. Like, you can even go outside. Like, yeah, there are a couple slightly open areas and stuff, but it was so much, like, tighter and crazier, and it just got worse, I think. And now, I mean, look, now you have these suits, you can jump off walls. I don't know, it's just lost. Like, in my opinion, though, Modern Warfare 2 is still the best multiplayer. It had the best balance of CQB and long range combat, and the single player wasn't atrocious. So, but yeah, that thing has gone way to hell. I can't even look at it anymore.
You know how they constantly got more and more futuristic because they noticed that people like that? They went already to space, like last year. Like,
Yeah.
you would assume they would just be like, well, reboot the series, right? But, oh, and another thing is like, dude, it is copy. Oh, excuse me. It is copy and paste with the story. I'm not a Call of Duty, like, player or fan. I used to be when it was still, like, World War II. When it was back in the day, if anyone remembers, where you had to legitimately, like, oh, you started off on D-Day, right? You did your thing, and then they were like, okay, we're going to promote you because you're a badass. Now you have to sneak into, like, a Nazi-filled party. You had to use a fake ID. You walked in, shit went wrong. It was like James Bond-esque bullcrap, and it was awesome. It was great. You felt everything. It was amazing. And then they were like, oh, Modern Warfare. People liked it. Modern Warfare 2. People liked it even more. And then hell. Yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
Black Ops 1 had an amazing story, but again, the only reason it was amazing is because in a fucking Call of Duty game, they were like, hey, your character's insane all along. What? Like, come on, really? But because it's Call of Duty, it's like, we've never seen that before. And then it just went to shit because every single, like, thing starts off the same. You're going through
Yeah.
some explodey-ass bullshit like you're in a Michael Bay movie. No offense to Michael Bay. And then at the end, you're like, okay, bro, let's go. Either someone dies or you get betrayed. Or you get betrayed and someone dies, or someone dies and then you get betrayed. Can you guys not come up with anything new? Ever?
Guess not.
Really? Get better writers. Take more than a year to do it. Like, for
I'd say
fuck's
that's their
sakes.
biggest issue.
Yeah, and that's what happened with friggin' Assassin's Creed. Hey, we got this amazing ass story that we want to tell. You know what? It's making bank, bro. Fuck the story. Let's just crank them out every year. And they got worse and worse.
People buy it anyway.
Exactly. They'll complain and bitch, but they'll buy it. And it's like, really? Really? For real?
People gotta vote with their wallets, but they bitch and moan, but then they still buy the game. It's like, well, you essentially have no right to complain at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Like for example, for me, like if something like fucking Splinter Cell Blacklist pisses me off, I don't buy the game. Simple as that.
Yeah, you didn't buy the
Normally
game.
I would, yeah. Normally, like I sometimes even buy games for like multiple consoles. Like I remember even like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I bought for like PC and Xbox. I could play with online friends over different consoles. Like, I mean, I get really into games sometimes, but like when it's for stuff like that, no. I have enough. I have enough motivation to stay away, no matter how much I like a series. If it really just goes
Yeah,
down to the dumps, I'm just like, no.
it's over.
Yeah.
Just like I can't complain about Mass Effect, or like for EA, right? Because I hated Mass Effect's ending, and I wish I didn't fuck up the first podcast ever that me and you recorded, because we went ham on that one, just destroying and talking so much about Mass Effect. But essentially, I didn't like the ending, right? And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, beautiful games. Even the third one was amazing up until the ending, and then it was stupid. So fuck EA. And then they announced Mass Effect 4, Armageddon, or Andromeda, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. So if that game sucks, I can't really complain, because like I still bought it. Just like
Well,
Fallout
I mean,
4. I mean,
uh,
okay,
I
so
don't know.
I don't know, because now it's getting confusing. I'm not saying you can't complain if you buy a game and it turns out it's shit. I'm saying if you know the other game, like the entire franchise has been going to crap, and you're still buying into it. So I
Yeah.
guess the Mass Effect thing isn't a clear indication, because, like I said, I liked 1, 2, and 3. But
Yeah.
like Metal Gear for me, right? I loved all the games. No, actually,
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed is better. Loved all the games up till 4, and then it got garbage. And now when the new one comes out, and I still go for it, then I'm an idiot. Like, I can't complain anymore. I bought the game even though I know it's been going on a decline. So that's when you can't complain. It's like if you hate the games, blah blah blah, but you still go to buy them even though you know they're bad.
Yeah. Vote with your wallets, cause you can bitch and moan all you want on the forums. The developers don't give two craps. Like, you bought the game anyway. That's fine. Whatever. You'll keep buying it.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep doing it how we want it, and yeah, keep bitching. But you're gonna keep buying our game anyway. So what do we care?
Yup.
But as soon as their profits take a turn, management will not be very happy, and they'll change it. But
Yeah.
whatever.
There are some game companies that actually listen to their
Payday
fans.
steps. But well, like listen in terms of replying to all the hate, not
They
listen.
used to, man. Payday is another story altogether. You know what? You know what? Th- this segment is not about Splinter Cell. It's about everything we've been hurt by.
Yeah, that's what it's just essentially turned into. Wow.
Let's just turn into everything that hurt us, okay? Let's start off with Payday the Heist. Payday 1 was amazing. I loved everything about it. I love the fact that it was bullshit hard, and that there was different ways the mission could go wrong. Like, it could always change, and you had no idea. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, there was some things wrong with it, like what game is perfect, but I still would recommend the crap out of it. I mean, I played, what, a day filled of just, the first time I bought it, I just played it for a full day with my friend, and then immediately bought the DLC for the $10. I wanted the wolf pack, because I wanted the new gun, I wanted the 2 new maps. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you think of the first one?
I actually did really like it. Yeah. I thought it was very intense. I remember it was action packed. I mean, heck, we even did a video on
Yeah.
you guys can check out on my YouTube channel. Could link it down below. And man, that was no, it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know. I never really had any issues with any of the Payday games. I mean,
Well,
even I don't know. But we'll get to the second one, I guess.
yeah, so first, I loved every single character. Okay,
Mhm.
Hoxton was my favorite. Wolf was second. Dallas was great. Chains was awesome. The chemistry between those two, like the dialogue with all 4 of them, was great. Especially when you're calling them out, like they would all have like cute little nicknames for each other, and it was like you felt like they were friends.
Yeah.
You kind of, I think there was like little hints about each of their past, like what they used to go through as children or whatever. I think Wolf was like in a mental institute or whatever because he was insane. But like it was all charming in a way, right?
Hmm.
And like you said, it was action packed. Like the fucking drill annoyed the crap out of me. It would always bust, and like cops would just swarm in like it was Nazi Germany 1945, just like a bajillion of them. And I'm like, and they would duck roll, like they would dodge roll your bullets. It was amazing. It was freaking amazing. Things could change like that. Plus, in the first bank, yeah, the First World Bank, I think it's called. There
Hmm.
was a secret hidden thing that you had to. There was a secret door that popped up if you specifically stepped on a specific set of tiles. And you did, like, you had to do this sequence to get this one freaking random door, and then the drill had to drill for 2 hours. Real time, by the way, not game time, real time. And you had to survive for those 2 hours, then go in there, and there was like a little hidden message from the developer saying, take a picture of this, and then put it online, and we'll put it on Twitter or some other crap. And, like, it was cool. It was packed with everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Me and my friends spent countless nights, and when I say nights, I legitimately mean like we didn't sleep. Like we got off of work, then we went home, each to our own home, and at like 7, 8, somewhere around there, got on the couch, called each other on Skype, and up until the next morning at like 8 in the morning, just nonstop, just play. It was great. It was amazing.
Huh.
And then the second one got announced, and I got hyped. I think we all did, because it looked
Oh, yeah.
awesome. It looked bigger. You could do different heists. You can plan the heists. You can get all these things, and it was awesome. And then I realized that the game is stupid, because you start off with no silencers, and you had to beat the game, or like the mission, and then you would get cards that were random, and you got colors for a mask, and you didn't get the parts you wanted. And then you got a part that you wanted, and then you had to buy it. But like half the money went into your offshore bank account, and I had like a bajillion dollars, and I couldn't use it.
Aw, you poor thing.
That game really hurt me. You have no idea. It hurt me so bad I bought it for the PS3 and the PC. Oh god. I don't know, man. The second one was. It had ideas.
I mean, that was cool. I really did like the weapon customization though. Like I like playing with around different red sites. Be like, I like this one, how it fits more. You know.
Yeah, but you had to like randomly get them, and then you had to afford them. And it's just so stupid and bad.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was like, I know the cost of these optics in real life. Like I actually own some of those for my personal firearms, and I'm like, wow, like this red dot sight, it's not supposed to be like how many like tens of thousands of dollars. Like no, you get it for like $650. What is this?
But like, at least
I
if they
don't-
were,
that annoyed me.
at least if they were open from the beginning to buy them, right? And like, even if they cost that much, and you had to rank up the money to get it, at least the cards, if you got it, you would got it for free. You would have gotten it for free. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, not, it's not available. You get it in a card, then you pay for it, then you put it on. By that time, like literally, the next mission, you could get something better, or you can be stuck getting shit. Or you're playing with friends, and your one lucky ass bitch ass of a friend is getting everything while you're just getting masks, or colors, or extra $500. Thanks,
Yeah.
game. $500. But I mean, the missions were cool. The missions were sweet. My favorite one has to be the one where you have to cook meth. I think that one is legitimately one of my favorite ones because it was like a 3-parter. You had to cook the meth, you had to get it right, so you don't get the effing chemistry. Then you had to trade it with the gangsters, because that could go wrong actually, and it was randomized, which was pretty sweet. I think it's also like how many bags of meth you had, like the higher chance you had of like not starting a firefight.
Mm.
And then you had to deliver it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a cool feature where like, oh, you beat the mission, but in between your van got a flat tire or whatever, and then you're stuck in a place while the police are swarming you because the chase went wrong. And that was cool, but then you get it like 5 times in a row, and you just start hating yourself
Yeah.
because it's really terrible. I don't know. It's just it had
But
its.
are we gonna discuss things that like really bothered us, like about the developers, or are we just talking about payday now? I'm just.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna end it by saying like it was it
I'm
was
just trying-
fine. I mean, it was stupid, but it was fine. It was still playable. And then they did the whole black black market thing, and that to me personally was the final nail in the coffin. Just done.
I don't know. To me, it didn't like. I mean, I guess because I haven't really been playing. I'm not as hardcore as most people are, but I don't know. I mean, are the stats really that like much better on certain guns than others? Because I saw like one where like you get plus like slightly better attributes from like maybe one little piece on one gun. I mean, is it really that much more of an advantage, or?
Imagine
I
it
have
like
no
this.
idea.
Imagine it like this, right? I'm playing with like 2 of my friends, and then you join. All of us paid, and we got stuff from the black market. You didn't, because you're smart, and you didn't use your money, your real money.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all 3 of us are like whipping ass, doing better than you. You're garbage compared to us. Doesn't matter how good you play, you're garbage. You don't have the stats. We start hating on you. You start fucking up. All of a sudden, you realize that you're being like ostracized from every single server because you didn't pay. You're not good enough. Get out of here, newbie. You know how people are. They're assholes. They're mean.
That's
So all of a
true.
sudden, it ruins the experience of even playing online.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point?
It's like pay to win, essentially.
It is, and I know, like you said, it's not PvP, it's PvE, but still, it ruins everything. At least if it was fair, like, oh, I played a lot more hours than you did and I got better stuff. That's your own fault that you didn't play, like, more. But with paying, it's like, how is it your fault that you didn't waste your money when you already bought the game?
Yeah.
It's.
Whatever. That's why I personally believe Counter-Strike did it perfectly.
Absolutely.
Show off your rare skins, which you spend tons of money on, or knives, whatever, but it doesn't give you any unfair advantage over anyone else. I mean, yes, that's pure PvP, and we're talking about PvE, but still.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there because, like you said, you can buy like $50 worth of gun skins. I can kill you in the game, use your gun. I don't get to keep it, but I get to use it, right? And then that's it. It's no tactical advantage whatsoever.
Nope. Just looks cool. That's how it should be.
Exactly. Like TF2, man, they tested with that, and Valve got smart when they did it with the hats. It was genius.
Yep.
Whoever wanted like Christmas hats, you got Christmas hats. But
Yeah.
another developer that fucked up is BioWare for Mass Effect. You fucking bitches. You're all bitches.
Oh.
I mean, Mass Effect 1, right?
Yeah.
Garbage controls. Great story. Awesome dialogue,
Agreed.
everything. Number 2, improved everything on number 1. Any complaint you had about 1, 2 got you covered.
Yeah.
It had you covered. Bigger game, a lot more fun to explore. Everything got personal, different people, more people, same people, freaking people everywhere. It was amazing. It was great. You could spend hours. Story was amazing. And then 3 comes along. I have some issues with 3, but like nothing major, to be honest. It's just like little nitpicks that I didn't like. But essentially, great thing. It was a full-on war. It felt like a war. You felt tired after every mission. Everyone was pulling you left and right and up and down, and you didn't know where to go, and it was stressful, and you felt like Commander Shepard. And then you get to the ending. And they promised. They promised, Taco. They promised. They said, we're not going to make you pick red, blue, or green. And then you get there, and it's red, blue, or fucking green.
Yeah. What color explosion would you like? That's your ending. Oh, thanks.
I still think they did it on purpose. They did it so it creates controversy, and then people constantly talk about it, and then they're like, hey, here's the real ending. It's DLC, which is crooked. That's cheating. And
Yeah.
like I know a lot of people on YouTube say like, no, so we know exactly what happened with the end of Mass Effect. No, we don't. There's no ending. Like a lot of people will say like, oh, but the indoctrination theory clearly is not right because the DLC. I can argue to you that that's a fucking DLC. It doesn't even count. It's not the vanilla
Yeah.
game.
It's an
Nobody
add-on.
answered. Yeah, it's an add-on, and it's like, oh, but it shows the ending. But does it really show the ending? Does it show what happened at the N7? Does it show what happened to everyone else that you've impacted? Why the hell does the Arachnite Queen not matter in the first game if you kill her or save her? Because the third game's like, oh, it doesn't matter what you did because it's still going to be the same thing.
I don't know, I just found it to be pure stupidity at that end. I mean, come on, like, okay, so things happen, and the entire game, no matter, like, what happens to you, what situation you're in, your team never leaves you. Never. And then here they're suddenly scrambling to run away as fast as you can. Their ship, something happens, they land on some, uncharted, like, planet, and they're like, oh, we crash landed here, and there's no sign of, like, intelligent life. Okay, we're screwed. So, okay, they flew away, now they're lost, your guy, I don't know what the fuck happened, there was a giant explosion. It's like, I don't know, it's just, like, I don't know, partially I think it was because they want, like, people like us to always talk about it.
Yeah.
So people will remember it, be like, hey, remember that horrible ending in Mass Effect 3? It's like, yeah, and,
I remember
that's working, if that's what they wanted.
when Mass Effect 3 came out, I remember my friend. I never played those games at that point. My friend told me like, "Oh my God, you have to get Mass Effect 3." He was a huge fan. He was like, the online multiplayer actually interacts with your main game, and you get to change things and blah blah. And the shit that he was saying was confusing the hell out of me because I didn't know what he was talking about. And I remember I heard that the ending sucked. So I heard about the ending way before he did, and then he got all mad at me because I didn't tell him the ending was shit, like I didn't warn him. But I remember hearing the complaints that people had, that it didn't go the way they wanted to, that all your choices didn't matter, and I defended them because I was like, look, no matter how prepared you are in life, you can't really control the outcome, right? Like things can still happen against your will, and it doesn't matter how ready you are. So I was like, if that's the ending that they wanted to write, it kind of makes sense. Like life kicked you in the teeth. What are you gonna do about it? And then they added in the DLC, and they ruined that entire theory that I had. That's when I realized, no, they did it to talk about it, for profit, and to be a game that never really dies. And it's like, wow. You went there, huh?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I feel like that was EA's hand, and they're just slowly creeping in, going like, yeah, don't finish it. Make them pay us. It's like, yes, master. We need to have an episode dedicated to just that, just Mass Effect talk one day.
Definitely it's gonna go into more ranting, and then we're gonna get back on like other like EA and Payday. That's just gonna be a cycle. We gotta really look out.
I mean,
we're very passionate people. What can we say?
Because we're gamers, right? We like games. They tell a story. A good one, David Cage. Well, that's an episode I don't want to get into. But, no, like, they tell a beautiful story. And something that books and movies can't make you feel is actually feel what the character's going through. I mean, yes, books can explain beyond any movie, and movie can show you what a book can't. But the game, like, you're in control. You get to do the actions. Play The Last of Us. I still cry to this day at the freaking game. Like, no joke. Mass Effect, again, I felt every single ally that died, I felt responsible. Which was true because I was responsible, but like I still felt it, like it was real. And that's the beauty of it. So of course we were pissed off. It's like I'm pissed off because you wasted the money on something that you technically didn't get to finish. But it's not as much about the money as it is about the unfinished adventure that you had. It's like it's that girlfriend that left you, but you never got to say goodbye. So it's always like you're always technically in that relationship in your mind, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Gaming companies needs to stop screwing with our emotions this way.
I agree. I'm gonna riot.
All of us are gonna riot. That's why I'm still happy that Naughty Dog didn't screw up. I can't wait for Uncharted 4. It's gonna be so good.
Never played, so I can't comment.
I would freaking urge you so hard to like get a PS4 and play the remastered edition of all three Nathan Drake collection. Well, the three Nathan Drake collection of the Uncharted games, because they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good. It's awesome. It's just you love Drake, man.
Get around to it.
Yeah, there's that one day when you're bored and you just decide, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a PS4. And just whatever.
But yeah, I'll see. But if they make it for PC one day, then
They'll
I'll
never
maybe...
make it for PC. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I bursted that bubble.
I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all we had. Splinter Cell, great game. Too bad it got dirty. Essentially, is in a nutshell.
Yeah, we highly recommend you play all of them. I can't comment on Double Agent, but first game was awesome. Only gripe with it was that you could, like, in close quarters, the only thing you could do is like really hit with an elbow. You grab to them, and if they're facing you and shooting you, it would take like 2 or 3 hits into like the front of them before it knocks them out after they shot you and alerted everyone. So I didn't like that, and they fixed that. And I don't know if they fixed that in Pandora tomorrow. I don't really remember. But Chaos Theory, you already have a knife, so it gives you just immediately slice them.
Yeah.
So that's one big thing. But honestly, all the games are just, especially the older ones, are like, you could go about it any way. You could kill everything. You can stealth it for the most part, and they're actually pretty difficult too.
I know. I remember.
You can't just. It's not overly easy, but I mean, of course, there are the people who are pros and they can run through it. But for the average Joes, you'll get your dose of challenge. It's great.
Oh yeah.
The Conviction's more like a movie anyway, so.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I like it.
I recommend it.
Like you said, I totally agree with everything, which really sucks because we got on this whole huge rant and we didn't even talk about the lighting in the game and how amazing that was for its time and fucking whatever. That's a different day.
We're new to this. Give us a break.
Damn our passions. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our daily dose of rant. God, we have a lot of anger. On your channel, if you guys haven't been watching, shame on you. Shameful display on all of you. But on your channel, you are, I feel like you're almost done with Dishonored, which by the way has been going lovely. I love seeing you actually stealth it, get it right, and then immediately fuck it up. Or fuck it up in the beginning and then just recover like a pro. I fucking love it. So you guys go fucking watch that shit. For real, yo.
And I'm just starting out Metro Redux, and I got Metro Last Light as well, so I'll be possibly doing playthroughs of those.
Heck yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be great. Like I told you, but not them, I only played a little bit of the first one of the Metro, and I got stuck at one part and I pussied out. So I want to see what happens and how that goes.
I played both and I absolutely loved them, so I'll gladly play them for all of you to enjoy.
Yeah.
And what are you currently recording?
Oh, I screwed up on Resident Evil 4. I erased all my data and I didn't want to restart it again because I'm a genius. Yeah, but because it's December, or it's gonna be, I decided. Why does my thing say it's the 29th when it's the 30th? Whatever. Yeah, I decided for Christmas to play the only Christmas game that I can think of that truly captures the spirit of the Christmas, which is Batman Arkham Origins.
Very Christmassy.
Super Christmassy, I have no idea. And I just want to prove one point to people that game is good, and they should not listen to the negative hype. I think it's a great game, and it'll be awesome. But that's what I'm doing. And, yeah. Fallout Fridays, I think I'm going to do a little bit in New Vegas. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. It's going to be a random thing. But whatever it is going to be a thing.
I'll watch it because I know it'll make it interesting. I fell asleep during that game, so maybe you'll spice it up for me a little bit.
I will try my hardest. It's a good game if you have fun with it. But
I know you can, so I'm looking forward.
You believe in me. Yay.
out.
We make out like weird people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how normal people make out, but whatever. Screw
All
it.
alien on that shit.
Oh. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us rant like insane people about everything. EA, get your shit together. Ubisoft, fucking stop using potato servers.
Fuck that.
That's what they are. Overkill, which is the guys that made Payday. Yeah, Payday. Thank you. Make a number 3. Fix your shit and listen to the fans, and you will be golden. Trust me. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Same here. Got nothing
Yeah.
else.
Woo. Okay. I love you guys.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye bye.
See you next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Fantastic.